Hey y'all, I'm Captain E, and normally you're Carolina's reporter, but this week I'm sitting in for Andrew Upshaw, and I'm bringing you to Georgetown, South Carolina to take you to the nearshore reefs to target sheepshead on my home waters. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to have great reports from all across the regions, but make sure you sit right there because Let's Fish TV is on the air now. Oh my gosh.
Check that out.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
Cobia!
Big one.
And a monster! Look at
Beautiful.
that!
That's a Tawakoni giant.
This is Let's Fish.
Bringing you to my home waters here in beautiful Georgetown, South Carolina. I've been here in the past with Barry, but we are looking forward to doing something a little bit different. We're going to head out to the nearshore reefs, and we're going to target sheepshead on those reefs. They've made their way out there. They're spawning. We've got plenty of fiddler crabs, oysters, and we're going to head out there and bring you some exciting action. And while we're out on the water today, our Let's Fish Inside reporters are going to bring you all the reports from your home waters. Freshwater, saltwater, it doesn't matter. We'll have it all covered in today's episode. Next time you see us, hope we've got a huge sheepshead hooked up onto the end of the rod. For now, let's go back to the studio for your weekend planner.
Hi everybody, and thanks so much for tuning in this week. These Saloon tables are predicting fair game fish activity Saturday and Sunday. Look for those prime morning hours to begin at 7:11 on Saturday and 8:04 on Sunday, with evening action kicking off at 7:39 on Saturday and 8:31 on Sunday. Depending on your local area, expect the sun to rise around 6:44 and set around 8:09, and evenings will feature a moon that is 66% visible. We'll be right back to check all of the current fishing reports from throughout the area, and I will return with 2018 FLW Tour Angler of the Year Mark Rose on this week's Ask the Pro features.
Today I get to take you out in my backyard here in Georgetown, South Carolina. The history here is incredible, from Civil War to the rice fields and the indigo fields, but right behind me here is the North Island Lighthouse, also known as the Georgetown Lighthouse. The history here is incredible. It was built in 1811 and has gone through Civil War, it's gone through countless hurricanes. It survived the incredible earthquake of 1822 as well. But as you can see right in the background, she's still sitting there. The U.S. Coast Guard mans it now, but what has happened is Tom Yawkey back in the early 1900s bought all of this island. He bought the property that adjoins it down the way and has taken care of this place. It's a great place. We'll come out with our family here and enjoy it. But the fishery here in Georgetown is just incredible. We're also right now in the middle of one of the most incredible sturgeon fisheries that you'll find on the East Coast. At one point in time, it was the mecca for sturgeons, but the Winyah Bay entrance here and back in the river there is incredible. Saltwater, freshwater, we're actually 3 miles from some of the best bass fishing that you'll find, and the Elite Series guys have been here in years past. But today we're going to the nearshore reef and go target these sheepshead that this time of the year get out there for spawning. It's a real easy way to catch them. We're in 45 foot of water. Got my fiddler crab rigged up on that jig head, and we're gonna drop it down there. We pulled up, and I'll tell you, the bottom machine completely lit up, and I think it's a mixture of black sea bass probably. This is the best time of the year to get out and do this and target these on the reef. And you know, I'm amazed that these fish are even, oh, that feels, that's him. Yep, there we go. There we go. Go the other way. Oh, there, oh, he did go the other way. Come here, buddy. This is small. This is a small one. If it's a sheepshead. Now he's kind of feeling, oh, yeah, it's a sheepshead. I see the stripes. Oh, not a bad one. He'd definitely be a keeper. And hot dog. That's a sheepshead there. Oh, look, hook bolt fell right out of his mouth. Look at that color. If you can zoom in on that color, and I'll show you more. That looks just like these China back fiddlers that we're using. And again, this is a 17, 18-inch fish probably. Would be plenty big enough to keep. Get some dinner off of him, but we're gonna let him go today. He's lucky. We do have a couple that we've kept for the Grand Strand Fishing Rodeo, but I know there's some great reports on your body of water. Let's go to the reporters and see what they have for you this week.
Hi everybody, and welcome once again to this week's Lone Star Lakes, brought to you by Athlon Optics, providing you premier optic quality at an affordable price. Athlon truly is the best bang for your buck. Now this week we're going to start at Lake Whitney, where the striper bite's on fire due to the shad spawn. Look up shallow around the island area and the bluffs on the south side of the lake, and you may make a run along the dam. What you're going to look for as you're riding across the lake is birds. Look for bird activity, birds hitting the water, birds circling on the water, anything that indicates they're feeding on those shad. If you can see it from above, you can bet the stripers will be feeding from below. And you can throw top waters right now. Throw those up in the shallows about 4 to 5 feet deep. Work them early in the morning and you should get a good striper bite. Of course, your lead heads with a swim bait will reach the deeper fish. Now over at Ray Roberts, bass are still spawning up in the upper ends of the lake. Look in your creeks like Wolf Creek, try to find the clearer water, try to find some grass. There's reports of some hydrilla starting to grow on Ray Roberts. That's where you'll find the majority of the bass. Throw your bedding baits if you're looking for fish on beds, or use your motion baits like your ochos, your spinner baits, your frogs, even your poppers and such as that for those Lake Ray Roberts bass. That's this week's Lone Star Lakes. Check us out on Facebook, Lone Star Lakes.
All right, so now I'm gonna make another drop here. And again, you see my fiddler there. Show it to you real good, let y'all get up and close. Sitting on that 3/4 ounce jig head that honestly has a lot of the colors and resemblance of the fiddlers. We'll drop this down real quick. Again, the structure that we're sitting on right here, all put down by South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, other interest groups, invest financially in these reefs. We are fishing right now on an armored personnel carrier, a decommissioned armored personnel carrier from the military, and it is covered with fish. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on that. Oh boy, this feels like a good one. And it's crazy because you'll figure it out once you do this enough. When they take that initial bite and swim with it, there we go. Oh yeah, that's a decent one there. Yeah, I hadn't even got him off the bottom yet. Yeah, there we go. But this is so much fun and it's so much easier. If you think back, look at that. If you think back, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, actually I hosted an episode of Let's Fish TV. Wow, this is a big one. With Barry, and we came to the Georgetown jetties in the summertime. And Barry and I had a great show, caught some nice fish, but this time of the year is just so much easier to catch these fish because you're fishing vertical for them. It's a lot easier to feel their bite, which really isn't a bite. It's almost a suck, where they breathe in and suck in the bait. Here we go, come on. All right, here we go. I can get him in. Boy, this is a lot of work by yourself. That is a good one there. That's probably a 7-pounder, if I was guessing. I don't think anybody would argue with me on that. Wow, what a good fish. And what a fun fight. A lot of times in the winter, a lot of us put our boats up. Look at that, comes right out. That is a real nice sheep's head. That's definitely 6 pounds. I'd say between 5 and 6. I'm not gonna get in any arguments with y'all over this, but oh, check out the plane coming over. But a really nice sheep's head. And again, baits of choice can be all kinds of stuff. A lot of guys will use oysters and clams. A lot of guys will get out with barnacles if you want to spend the time hitting docks and scraping them. And a lot of guys use fiddler crabs and live shrimp. These fiddler crabs are working perfect. I've got clams on the boat right now. I've got shrimp on the boat, fresh shrimp, in case I needed to do some chumming. And I'll talk to you about chumming and show you exactly what I do when I chum. But these fish are fired up.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, the ultimate fishing system, Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Plan or book your fishing charter at orangebeach.com. Motor Guides Tour Pro with GPS anchor, powered by Passion. Glacier Outdoor, outdoors since 1982.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. Oh boy, it's a good one. We're going to drop back down and see what's going on. I tell you what, we've bumped the trolling motor. I moved a little bit, and that is a key to being really productive this time of the year sheepshead fishing, is be willing to make those little moves. And I'm talking 10, 15 feet. And a lot of the reason is why this current has picked up. There's no doubt about it. Even my 3/4 ounce lead is now drifting back pretty good behind the boat. And what I've done is moved us a little bit more on top of, if not in front of the structure. And I'm trying to get my jig and my bait to float down on the backside. There's a bite. There's a bite. See, that feels like a good one. And I say that in the sense he's swimming with it. There we go. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good one, good one, good one, good one. Good one, good one, good one. There we go. But this is so much fun. And you can do it in any size boat. I tell you, getting near shore, you can catch these fish in 30 foot of water. We're out here again in about 42 foot of water. Oh my God, y'all got to see this. Now this is what happens sometimes in these areas too. And I'm gonna show you this because typically you don't catch this size in here, but that one is TV worthy. And this is a delicious black sea bass. A delicious black sea bass, and well inside the legal limit. Look at the size of that head. Look at the size of that head. That is awesome. This time of the year, you never know what you're gonna catch dropping it down. The other things you might catch in here, redfish, black drum, and obviously our sheepshead, but we'll let that one go. And I tell you what, let's go to one of our local reporters who's going to tell you all about what's happening on your body of water. So let's go to your reporter and see what they've got.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's fishing report. I'm Captain Taylor Burrell with Wave Dancer Charters. Right now, not in Texas anymore. I'm actually in Pensacola getting married, but still gonna give you all the report. So right now we're still catching a lot of redfish and lots of sheepshead. A few big black drum are being caught, along with some speckled trout at the jetties. Some of the big sharks are showing up, you know, the big sandbars. The bay guys have been doing really good on their speckled trout, and a couple slot reds wading around. And remember guys, if you want to come fish down here in Galveston, we have 4 boats to choose from. We do everything from inshores at the jetties all the way up to 100 miles offshores, catching AJs, blackfin tuna, red snapper, kingfish, mahi, cobias. We can take care of all you need.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. I say it is. He may have had me stuck in the... No. Oh. Now he's trying to become something. Oh boy. They fool you. They fool you. This is a good one. They can fool you. It's such a subtle bite. Such a subtle bite. Come on. Get in there. Oh boy. Here we go. And I want to talk about this Ego Slider net. I tell you what, you can't go wrong with a floatable net, especially when you're doing it by yourself, because earlier I had the net slip out my hand. I was able to retrieve it pretty easily. Come on. There we go. Come on, get out of there. Well, that just speaks volumes on this hook. There we go. Organized chaos. There we go. I mean, that'd be a keeper. We'd take him home with us, but we're going to let him go back down there, or her.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Have fun out there. Visit Mississippi. Wanderers welcome. Powerful. Total Boat Control. Balls Out. Made in the USA. Heavy duty mounts for your fish finders. Rely on. Challenge your limits.
There, let me feel it pull back. Yep, there he is. All right, there we go. All right, drop it down there. Bouncing off the bottom good. Feel it. It's all in this. I'll tell you, sensitivity of these inshore speed sticks is incredible. Combined with braid, there you go. See, feel that lead on there? See it loading up? See the end loading up? There we go. All right. Yes, there we go. Oh, all right, another nice one. Another real nice one. I'll tell you what. So much fun doing this. And I'll tell you, South Carolina Department of Natural Resources, all the incredible work that they've done over the years, building these great reefs for us to get out. No matter size boat you're in, with reefs from 3 miles out to 45 miles, in some instances 60 miles. But wow, what a great one. What a nice fish. There we go. Got that up. Come on. There we go. All right, another real good sheep's head. And man, I tell you what, y'all come down and visit South Carolina. Come to the Low Country, come to Georgetown, South Carolina. You will be very happy that you did. And all the guides here can get you on fish, but I'll tell you, Crazy Sister Marina, that's your choice. You need to give them a call. CrazySisterMarina.com, find out all the information on their charters and give them a call.
This is Matt Pengrak with the Bass Talk Live podcast, and here's what's happening around the state in Oklahoma this week. You know, we're near the end of the month of April, going into May, and that means we have fish in all 3 stages. There are still some pre-spawn fish that haven't spawned yet. There's a good chunk of the fish that are on the beds right now with the water temp in the 60s, and there's a group of fish that are post-spawn fish. If you're into targeting spawning bass, there are good quality largemouth on the beds from Arbuckle all the way up to Grand Lake. But there's a really good bite going on right now in the middle of the state on a cool little lake called Okemah, and it's a water willow bite. Some of these fish have already spawned. They're hanging out at the edge of the water willow, recovering from the spawn, while others are actually nesting in the grass, the water willow grass. The predominant bait to use for this pattern this time of the year would be a 1/2 or a 3/8 ounce white swim jig with a white plastic trailer. You're imitating a shad, you're imitating a bluegill. If you guys are into a frog bite, a hollow-bodied frog bite, another great option is to cast between the rock bank and where the water willow starts for those spawning fish and the fish that are up there ambushing the bluegills. Really cool bite, water willow bite on Okemah, and it's something worth checking out this time of the year. Hey, if you want to know more information about bass fishing, not only in Oklahoma, but across the country, check out the Bass Talk Live podcast every Monday through Thursday, 8:30 a.m. Central Time on BassZone.com.
Here we go. All right, we're on the bottom. Let's see what we can do. Oh. Dude, let me feel it pull back. Yep, there he is. All right, there we go. Oh yeah, other way, not that way. You want to come this way. Man, if you can't get into this, whoo, Lord, I tell you what. But the next couple weeks, we're going to see all kinds of stuff start happening on these nearshore reefs here. And you're going to have the weak fish showing up, the big spawning weak fish, 4, 5, 6, and even bigger. But these big old monsters aren't going anywhere for a couple weeks. Oh boy. And when they do, they're going to be right at the jetties. Look at that one. Look at there. Come here, big boy. Come here. Come here. All right. And again, want to wish Andrew the best of luck this year out on the Bass Opens, trying to make it to the Elite Series. Don't worry about it, buddy. We got you covered. We got you covered. You go out there and catch some of them big old green fish, and we're going to put this back. Head back into beautiful Georgetown, and it's been my pleasure to sit in this week for Andrew as your host and share everything on the water here in beautiful Georgetown, South Carolina.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose, Feel the Difference, Mamba Boats, Ride with Pride, Strike King, Tie One On, Fishing Specialties, makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right on over to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Taylor wants to know, what is a career mistake that you have learned from? For an answer, we asked 2018 FLW Tour Angler of the Year, Mark Rose.
As you can see, I got a few gray hairs, so I've made some mistakes throughout my 24-year career. And probably the best tip that I can give you is whatever time you're allowed in practice, make the most of it and see as much of the body of water that you're fishing. I've made the mistake of going and getting on a little something in practice and staying there way too long, trying to figure that little deal out and not seeing the full body of water. You're only allowed a couple, 2 or 3 days of practice, whatever trail you're fishing, but make sure you see as much water as possible and don't spend too much time just, dissecting one area. That's the best tip I can give you.
Thanks so much, Mark, for sharing that insight with us. If you want some help from one of the pros too, simply go to letsfishtv.com, follow the Ask the Pro link, and submit a question.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
All right, let's talk about everything we used in the show today. And I tell you, I love the inshore speed stick combos, but what I've done is taken the tournament speed spool bait caster and paired it with this medium fast action bait casting inshore speed stick rod, and it works great. I also had the inshore spinning rod set up in a medium fast action as well for getting out there. I tell you, they're great setups. They work perfect for everything inshore and near shore, but these setups give me that feel that I need to feel that sheep's head bite. And using those jigs like I was doing, you really want to feel it. You really want to feel that bite. I chose those sweeper jigs that I make, and if you want to contact me, I can get you more information on these jigs. But I was using 1/2 ounce and 3/4 and just kind of switching between the two as the current would pick up and drop off, and it seemed to work great right on top of that structure, keeping me right in the structure. That paired with fiddler crabs, you can't go wrong. But also, don't overlook a Carolinas rig. You can also rig up a Carolinas rig, use a small 1/0 regular hook, something in the non-offset, and those work great on a Carolina rig. Get down there with 25-pound fluorocarbon, just like the leader I use today. Using that double uni, that uni to uni connection works perfect. It worked great today. We caught lots of fish, and I'll tell you what, thank you to Luz for the incredible gear that I got to use today on the show, catching sheepshead here out of Georgetown, South Carolina. Folks, it has been my pleasure to sit in this week and share my waters with you. Work smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.